Welcome. If you clicked on this video, that means you must be a Death Note fan, so why not subscribe to this channel as I have much more Death Note content in the works. Hope you enjoy. Today we are doing a Death Note theory based on the new one-shot manga that is to be released in February 2020. If you didn't know, the original creators have announced that they're going to be releasing a 80-something page one-shot, so it's not going to be very long, but it's going to take place after, I believe, 2 years after the events of the end of the original Death Note story. I made a separate video breaking down everything we know, all the details there, so if after watching this video, if you haven't heard or want more details on this, just check out the other video. It's a recent video on my channel, this Death Note 2020 release, something along those lines. So today we're doing a Death Note theory based on this one shot. So start off, I'll go over some simple things that we should already know or that we do know that will link into my theory. First is that the Ryuk is giving the Death Note into the human world again, or he's offered another Death Note and he decides to use it to see if he can recreate what he did with Light. He ends up giving it to the smartest Japanese student, so similar to Light, but Light finding the Death Note was more coincidence. Ryuk sought for the smartest Japanese student to give it to, and he ended up doing that, and that's our protagonist. I don't believe he has a name at this minute, but he may be released having a name, but it's the smartest kid in pretty much Japan during this time period. I believe it's 2 years after the events of the original manga, and the main characters in it will be Nia, with an older Nia, and probably the new main character who Ryuk had given the Death Note to. So in summary, I think the main character is gonna start off shocked, similar to how Light did, but he's gonna slowly get full of himself with all the power he has and start killing. And then as the story progresses, I think Ryuk's gonna realize, or the readers, us, are going to realize, or the story as a whole, is going to make out that he's getting overwhelmed with power, like similar to how Light did near the end of the series, where he just went crazy on the last chapter, or last few chapters, or last episodes in the anime. He went crazy, just lost with power, just went out of his mind. I think that's going to happen to this character, but a lot earlier on, because, you know, it's only 80 something pages. And in summary, I think Nia's going to be pretty much, he's going to outplay him greatly, and it's going to be similar to Death Note with the cat and mouse aspects with Nia and the new character, but I think it's going to highlight how superior Nia is to L, or how much he's grown since the time, and that a younger Nia is able to catch Kira, and an older Nia, more intelligent for the most part, is probably gonna this easily outmaneuver this current or new Kira or new Death Note wielder. And as a whole, I think the main character is gonna fail quite early on, and that it's gonna show the readers that as a whole, no one is as worthy as Light to wield the Death Note, or no one is as special as Light, and that you can't just give a Death Note to like a random intelligent person, even if they're considered the most intelligent of that time period in their respective country or so, or world even. But that no one will live up to the greatness that Light had shown Ryuk, and that's gonna be Ryuk realizing Light was a one and only, or one of a kind, and that no one's gonna live up to what he was able to do, and that's giving the Death Note to these other humans, or these other not less intelligent, maybe not fully committed humans will pretty much fail for the most part, and he won't get a good show to watch like he did with Light. So yeah, I believe it's gonna most likely end with Ryuk killing the main character like he did with Light, with him pretty much saying I had hopes for you, but I guess it wasn't meant to be, and that no one will live up to what Light did back in those days, or whatever, something along those lines. So in summary, my theory is that it'll start off strong with the character killing people, getting used to Death Note, but then he'll become overwhelmed with power, lose his mind quite a bit, and then Ryuk will slowly realize that no one can live up to what Light did, and that Nia will just easily catch this person, and that'll be the end of it. Ryuk will kill him, and that'll be the end. 86 pages I want to say the manga's going to be. 86 pages. So if you break it up, about 40 pages I believe will be the introduction, with Nia becoming aware that there must be another Death Note user, or that a Death Note has gone to the real world, and then with the main character pretty much killing various people. Or it could start off slower, where he just decides not to use it as often, just once now and then, and then about the halfway point is where Nia gets an idea of who's using it, and then pretty much is able to just finesse the person, work out who it is, and that leads to the character going overwhelmed with power, losing his mind, where it ends up with Ryuk killing him and then realizing that no one will live up to the greatness which was Light. I hope there's some flashbacks to L and Light in the one shot. That will be great. I don't think there will be for some reason. I just have a feeling that it's gonna maybe start off with Ryuk remembering some stuff and then at the end comparing him to Light and how he's not worthy. But as a whole, I think this is going to be a focus on the main character in Nier. I hope there's more of a focus on Nier than what they did in the original Death Note, with most of the focus being on Light and still someone L, but not as much. I kind of enjoy Nier as a character. A lot of people give him hate for pretty much, I don't know, give him hate for the sec not being as good as L, but I believe that he was a pretty good character, and I hope he gets more shine in this one shot than what he did in the original. So yep, here's the theory. The character will go overwhelmed with power and then just get bodied by Nier pretty much. And yep, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to subscribe, and that's it guys. Peace.